Here back with another Transformers review. Today I ended up getting the Transformers Club Dion in the mail today, so I thought I would do a review on it. I don't come into this with terribly high expectations. My only real expectation is I would like it better than what I have so properly called Turd-shot. Mostly because he's a big piece of crap. I've heard some people it's just this deco is a lot worse than the other deco, but I don't care. This is the only one I own, so yeah. When I picked up Dion, it was actually not really interested in the Hotshot mold. Never really watched Armada. It was mostly because he came with the redeco of the Minicon, and they decided to call it Cop-tur, and that, in conjunction with Punch Counter Punch, made me sign up for the Transformers Club. So consequently I've now got Dion, which is fine because I might as well have the mold, I guess. The very first thing about it is you'll notice that Dion is a bit smaller than the Armada Hotshot there. Not too much. The lengthwise, I guess you can put it this way, you can just see that overall, the Armada version is just a little bit of a bulkier car, just a smidge longer, a little bit taller, but it looks pretty good. I like how the Dion looks. I do like them in these colors actually versus Hotshot. I really don't have any idea who Dion is though. Haven't really followed that continuity or seen him in the comics or anything. I know that he got the blasters like the Henkei version had, but I was a little disappointed to see they're not chrome. The only other accessories aside from the Minicon are he's got his missiles here, which are shaped to look like fire, just like the classic Rodimus had, and you can give him the look as if he's going really fast, or shooting water out the back, I suppose, because that's what I see. The Minicon, of course, still fits in the back. There's no piece of the spoiler here. It's empty, whereas at least this one kind of has it, but they didn't paint it yellow. I really don't care. Just like the old one, you can put the Minicon here. This is a little bit different. He doesn't have the Minicon port, but Cop-tur will slide right in the back there. As far as I can see, Cop-tur doesn't have any articulation to make it bend down like the old Armada one I've seen online does, but frankly it looks like the helicopter's trying to hump the back of the car, so I don't really care that he doesn't have it. I think this one here with Cop-tur just on the back just ends up looking a lot better and is a lot more convincing. So other than that, there is one Minicon port on the back of Dion here, so you could put the helicopter like this, but frankly, aside from being turned sideways, which even then the propeller still contacts the surface it's on, I just don't see any real good way that you can position them that it really makes sense. So I don't really care that's there either. I am going to take him to robot mode, and I'll get on with the review. But real quick, the one thing also that drives me crazy about this Hotshot right here is this stupid engine piece that just pops off and it will go missing in my closet / drawers for who knows how long. I have to empty everything out before I find it somehow worked its way into some other container, and it just drives me crazy, and I think it's stupid. And I am glad to see that in this case it's molded onto the legs, so, or it could be the arms, I have no clue. I think it might be the arms, we'll see. Anyway, I'm going to take it to robot mode and I will be back. Alright, I am back. We are on to the bot mode now. I guess we'll start out with the Cop-tur / Minicon retool. There's a little bit of a difference in there. Personally, I kind of like the looks of the old Minicon a little bit better, just because the helicopter on the bottom versus on the back here. It's not too bad. I did hear online how it's impossible to get this guy to stand, and I fiddled with it for a while, and I couldn't really get it to stand without him being horribly hunched over. But I could never get the original Minicon really to stand either without being horribly hunched over. The one thing about Cop-tur that I think could have been improved on here is that the GoBot was really well known for having yellow eyes, and it's a paint app completely missed on this toy. So that may be something that's going to end up being customized by me to make him more Cop-tur like. But yeah, it's kind of a missed opportunity that I think should have been there, and is something that was completely missed upon. I'm going to go and show you Turd Shot first, because he is such a big piece of crap that nothing could be as bad as him. So bad that even his Minicon port involves plugging the Minicon right in his butt. Again, the helicopter looks like it's trying to hump the car, and then apparently it's humping him in robot mode still. Not gonna bother showing the gimmick. The visor doesn't flip down on this one. I've heard the regular version it does. The engine, which looks like it could be some kind of blaster or something, doesn't end up properly fitting in his hand. It just kind of rotates and doesn't sit there right, and there's nothing I can foreseeably do with this thing. I mean, look at the shoulders. There's no defined shoulders. His arms do this, and he can pump iron, I guess. He doesn't really do anything but this. It's a piece of crap. It makes me go back and look at my G1 toys and go, wow, look how articulated they are, because this is nothing. This is junk. So, obviously my expectations for Dion are that anything is better than that thing. And he delivers pretty well. I mean, he's still pretty posable. He does have a little bit of an issue here with the back pieces of the car getting in the way of some of the shoulder rotation here, but he's got some really nice swivels here in the arms that really make up for that lack of articulation, and it helps that he looks really good with the guns. He doesn't miss the opportunity to have the visor drop down, which I think is pretty cool. I would have liked to have seen it in black just to black it out, but I don't really know Dion, so it may not be the best thing for him. I do like the color scheme though, the blue and white with the orange accents. I just think looks really solid on this guy. Leg articulation, pretty standard to the classics. You get forward or side to side, forward, back. He actually has a swivel on the upper part of the thigh and a swivel on the lower part of the car too, as well as the knee joint. Movable feet, part of the transformation, but you can still put him in some different poses because of that. The arm has the elbow rotation, up and down, shoulder movement. Unfortunately, you can't get a 360 because of the back of the car, which is in the way, but it's really minor. If you noticed a minute ago, a piece fell off. It's a piece of the roof that's attached to the other side of the arm here. This is one thing that kind of bothers me about this toy. In the process of transforming it, I had numerous pieces just kind of pop off, like the leg here is just kind of pegged on very weakly into that little hole, and so even following the directions, it was just easy to get some pieces to pop off. Nothing detrimental or anything, but it did pop off nonetheless, and you know, it's not bad. I mean, it obviously keeps it from breaking the toy, but it is kind of an annoyance. One thing to note, the instructions don't say anything about removing the guns from the transformation. It just kind of tells you to start flipping panels, and I think it's because they probably just copied the American instructions over. And needless to say, when I tried to rotate a panel, it took me a second to realize that the guns were actually in the way, stopping the rotation. But other than that, the transformation's really fun. Something that, you know, it's completely unique to this character as far as I've seen. I haven't seen any other toy do the strange flipping mechanism of the chest and everything quite the same way. So it's pretty cool. I'm really not disappointed that this was the gift. I'm a little bit disappointed in Cop-tur, but he's the minicon, so I really probably shouldn't be signing up for that. But really, the real gift is going to be when Punch Counter Punch arrives. That's what I'm really looking forward to. Yeah, so this is Dion. He is very orange. Looks really good with his guns. And I like him. I can't complain. So this is T2RX6. I will see you again next time. I mean, seriously, what is this? It's a piece of crap.